And COVID-19 cases are expected to explode in the coming weeks, with millions of people choosing to get together for Christmas. Elise Preston has a pandemic update from New York. And police in Kalamazoo are looking for suspects right now after two people are shot in a vehicle. It happened around 2 a.m. off Lovell Street near Oakland Drive. A 39-year-old and a 21-year-old are being treated for their injuries at a local hospital. They are expected to survive. Anyone with information should contact the Kalamazoo Department of Public Safety or Silent Observer. And police in Grand Rapids are looking for information on a possible suspect after a man is shot. The shooting happened around 9 last night at Thomas Street Southeast. Authorities say one bullet went through the wall of the home, hitting the 35-year-old man inside. And tonight, millions of Americans are one step closer to getting help after President Trump signed the latest COVID-19 relief bill. But the debate over how much Americans should get in direct payments continues. Nancy Shin reports from New York. Trisha, what are the leading causes of fires on college campuses, and how can students stay safe? And the U.S. hit a new milestone the first day of 2021, 20 million cases of COVID-19. More than 346,000 Americans have died from the virus. Elise Preston has the latest from New York City. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight at 6. I'm Tarvarious Haywood in for Callie Rainey. Right now, thousands of people are traveling back home from celebrating Christmas. Here's a live look of every flight in the U.S. right now as many people return home from their holiday travel. Health experts brace for coronavirus outbreaks across the country. WMU Professor Fritz Alhoff says it's almost certain we'll see coronavirus numbers surge. And some people are seeing a few inches of snow. Others are being encased in ice. Kalamazoo is one of those places getting frozen over right now. This is a live look at Brunson Park from our Paragon Tower camera. Let's head down to street level. Now, we shot this video earlier today, and you can see clearly the roads there are an absolute mess. Water is starting to puddle up in the streets. And in some parts, it's starting to freeze up road signs. Now, we did see salt trucks out in downtown Kalamazoo right now and earlier today, trying to make sure those roads are safe. Fireworks sales are exploding in much of the country. One West Michigan shop says this year his customers are setting records. This is a live look at the Cereal City. This is downtown Battle Creek. Now, what a mess it has been all over the area tonight. And our Weather Alert Network is not done yet. Chief Meteorologist Keith Thompson continues our live team coverage from the Weather Alert Center. What is the biggest threats in our area that we're facing tonight, Keith? It has been almost 2 weeks since the first American received the COVID-19 vaccine. Healthcare workers and nursing home residents are the first in line. Millions of doses are being spread out across the U.S., but we are still several months away from the vaccine being available to the public. It looks like Michael Jackson's famous Neverland Ranch finally has a buyer. The late pop star's Southern California estate has apparently been sold for $22 million to billionaire investor Ron Berkeley. A global real estate firm has owned the property since 2007, 2 years before Jackson died.
In for Erica.
And I'm Tarvarious Haywood in for Andy. The World Health Organization has issued a report saying trust in a COVID-19 vaccine depends on the actions of local and national leaders. Now, court documents state that the group met several times for militia training and even using explosives. The defendants could face up to life in prison if they are convicted. I will continue to follow all of the moving pieces as we find out more. Another busy night ahead. The News Channel 3 Weather Alert Network stretches all over the U.S., and that's important to remember tonight because a big part of the country is getting hit. Let's start in Jefferson City, Missouri. Pretty similar scene down there to our south and west. Some very eerie pictures coming in tonight right outside our sister station. The president called the decision pathetic and lashed out at lawmakers for their failure to approve $2,000 in direct COVID-19 stimulus to most Americans.
It's a major 2020 issue.
Okay, everyone in America wants to know right now, how was the sweet potato pie?
One word, bomb.
Really?
Bomb. My wife, she's a whipped cream type of person.
Okay.
I'm a vanilla ice cream type of person.
Sure.
I got a question for you, though. Pecan or pecan? Which one?
Pecan.
Pecan. All right, my man.
I'm Kate Seifert.
And I'm Tarvarious Haywood. A warning tonight for anyone who has pets. The FDA says a popular food for cats and dogs may contain a deadly mold. And pictures of the storm have been coming in all afternoon. Those are some of the pictures that you're looking at right now that you've sent in. Help us tell this weather story. Chime in your very own photos by heading over to our website at wwmt.com or checking out our free news app. My Christmas tree that
the little tree that could.
This was a gift from my coworker's mom last year, 2 years ago. Yeah, so I'm holding it dear.
He's been, you know, off camera holding that the whole show. You just didn't know at home. So.
Thank y'all so much. Thank you for putting me on blast, Will.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. Vice President Mike Pence is asking a federal judge to dismiss a lawsuit that will give him, instead of Congress, the authority to decide which electoral votes are counted on January 6th. Exactly 1 year ago tomorrow is when the body of 25-year-old Kevin Bacon was found in Shiawassee County. He was reported missing on Christmas Day after allegedly going to meet up with a man on a dating app. That man, Mark Latunsky, is accused of murder and cannibalism and the brutal killing of Bacon. Latunsky faces several criminal charges and was found competent to stand trial back in October. Today, family and friends of Bacon decided to honor his memory by painting the iconic Flint Rock. His parents, cousins, and friends were all there to paint the rock in his memory. As Bacon's mom reflects back on his life, she hopes people learn from their loss. And new laws are coming into the books in 2021. They range from caps on drug prices to police reform and even protecting the dead. CBS's Chris Martinez has a preview of what's new for the new year. Welcome back to News Channel 3 Live at 11. I'm Tarvarious Haywood. More than 75% of Kalamazoo public safety officers don't live in the city of Kalamazoo. The News Channel 3 I-Team filed a Freedom of Information Act request to get the information some activists say is troubling. In the wake of the killing of George Floyd, lawmakers and activists across the nation call for sweeping police reform, including officers to live in the cities they patrol. As families struggle with remote and in-person learning, educators are noticing a large group of students missing from the roster this year, kindergartners. It looks and feels like Christmas out there, but it'll look even more seasonal over the next few hours. Chief Meteorologist Keith Thompson is tracking a holiday snowstorm in the Weather Alert Center. Keith, who is getting hit and just how much snow are we talking? And even with a mass vaccination campaign underway, new models project the virus will kill 567,000 Americans by April. And I'm Tarvarious Haywood. President Trump is spending his Christmas Eve on the golf course. He arrived to the so-called Winter White House late last night, and that's where he'll be spending the holidays. This is all happening with some major unfinished business on Capitol Hill. $900 billion in COVID-19 stimulus and a $2.3 trillion government funding bill are still unsigned.
Reporting on Lake Cadillac, Maya Engel, Up North Live News.
Maya, that's too cold. We'll be right back with your final check on weather. A Kalamazoo area neighborhood celebrates a delivery driver for bringing joy to their community for 20 years. Bruce Black says he loves driving his iconic brown UPS truck. The neighborhoods he delivers in loves him too, and the families there are showing the love. These signs are lined up in Texas Township to thank Black for his 2 decades of service. Thanks, Lexi. A live look over downtown Kalamazoo. Snow is on the ground tonight as people enjoy a long Christmas weekend. The big man, he no big man, meteorologist Will Haney is live in the Weather Alert Center with the check on the forecast. Hey there, Will.
I'm tall, you know.
Tall, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so here is what we're doing.
We begin tonight with breaking news. 3 people are dead and another 3 are injured in Rockford, Illinois, after an active shooter situation at a bowling alley. Police say the person of interest is in custody. According to investigators, at least 2 teenagers were shot during the incident at Dunn Charter Lanes, an hour outside of Chicago earlier tonight. Now, the business says on its Facebook page, quote, "Please pray." Finally tonight, a little bit of Christmas joy. Those are my young men there, Tobias and TJ. Look at that, Tobias right there. He is so surprised at what he couldn't believe. Like, oh, Dad, what you get me? Well, Kate, the holidays have a new meaning with so many struggles this year. To have my wife and my sons another day, is the perfect gift for me.
Oh my